rookie to the game, but they won't know me for my overdose. They'll know me for my...
It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian, back with another one. So, this time, we've got the part 2 to Up Church Sir/Man. Which, that video, the part 1, that made your brain work. I'm not even gonna lie. That made your brain work. If you actually sat there, watched it, listened, opened your mind up, it made your brain hurt, in all honesty. At least it did mine. Because when he does videos like this, it makes you think, and it puts things into perspective for you. If you truly listen. So, let's see what he has to say in part 2.
This is not going to be one of those, don't worry about the haters church videos. Actually listen to what I'm saying, please. Alright, look. Let's say, for example, you log onto the internet, right? You wanted to post a video or something of you enjoying yourself, doing what you want, and just kind of minding your own business, right? Then, somebody who's not having a good day comments on your stuff. And they start cussing and exclamation pointing and telling you how all these things that you are and yada, yada, yada. And essentially, they tell you that you're crazy. Some of them might even go to the extent of making a video and yelling and getting close to the camera and just threatening and all this stuff. And at the end, they call you crazy. Now, what is that person doing? The person that went out of their way to bother you is in fact being the very definition and action of crazy.
Facts. It takes nothing. For example, I'm only a minute into this video. If I didn't like what he was saying, I can click off and go to something that does interest me or pique my interest. Okay? You're valid in your opinions. You're valid in your voice. But your opinions and your voice doesn't always have to be said. You can disagree with someone perfectly fine. In fact, I'm not speaking for him, I'm speaking for myself. I encourage people to disagree with me. I've had many friendships spark over a disagreement. Somebody disagreeing with me, we talk like adults, mature, rational, logical adults, and there's a friendship bloomed and blossomed right there. All over a disagreement. Not to mention, if you sit down, like, let's say I disagree with what he's saying. I sit down and I listen to what he says, even if I still disagree, okay? Going out of my way to comment paragraphs and books about how he's crazy when all he did was upload a video of something that interests him, something that he likes, and he wanted to talk about it. Who's the crazy one? You don't see him on here doing that. You don't see him on here going on numerous people's videos, commenting paragraphs in books about how that person is wrong. You don't see him doing that. But who do you see that from? People who just don't like him and have to feel like they one-upped him or a bigger person than him or smarter than him, basically trying to put him in his place, and all you're doing is showing that you are in fact crazy. For you to take that much time and effort into arguing with someone online because you disagree with what that person said, that is a perfect mixture of making yourself go crazy. Because you just have to prove that you're right to one individual online that you're probably never going to meet in person. That is crazy,
and
in my opinion.
If you alert this person and say, hey, no, you're being crazy, they'll argue with you because they actually believe they are not being crazy.
Roundabout what I just said.
Crazy, when the definition of crazy can be read in any dictionary. Now, if this person...
Behind me, right back here, we have an entire bookshelf of encyclopedias. All types of encyclopedias. There's medical encyclopedias, there's regular normal encyclopedias, and we have dictionaries. And our kids read them. Me and my wife read them. We like to know words.
Is acting crazy, and you tell them you're acting crazy, and they argue with you that they are not acting crazy when they can look at the word crazy and it describes exactly what they're doing.
Again, roundabout what I just said.
How can you trust any words that come out of that person? They don't even know words. Even if you show them the word, the description of the word, and a video of them doing the description of the word, they deny the word and the description, but not themselves. The people that do that, we have to ignore them. Okay? They're
Facts.
poisoning the world with their fucking stupid assness. Okay? So think about this. You and I are in what? The universe, or one script. Well, what does that mean? That means to understand the universe or the one script, we must find the first and original language that it was quote unquote written or spoken with. Otherwise, you can't navigate time and age to be able to comprehend it. I can't read the first script ever wrote with a different language now. I gotta know the language and whatever they used then with that one script. The only way we could do that now in today's age is if what? The universe had a universal language. Ding, ding, ding.
Damn.
Plugging. Now, when someone goes, duh, ding, 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 what do you think about? A light bulb. Think about light, don't you? An idea. Wasn't that funny? Because didn't God say, let there be light? Which is how existence was created, right? Let's just say that that's what happened. Personally, I believe in God. But let's just say that...
Same. I believe in God. I believe Jesus did come back and die for all of our sins. But my religion goes more than just that. I believe also in the Norse pagan gods. And in all honesty, me and my wife's belief on this is sort of the same. This is just my belief on it. And if you disagree, that is your prerogative. That is your right. You're not going to take this belief from me. Like I said, I believe in God. I believe Jesus did die for our sins. I also believe that Odin, from the Norse pagan, is like Jesus' big brother. His protective big brother. I mean, I'm not going to... If y'all want, I can dive into my religion and what I believe. But that's just what I believe. I do believe in God and Jesus, but I also do believe in the Norse pagan gods. But if y'all want me to do a video explaining more in depth of my belief when it comes to religion and what my religion is in a whole, comment down below and I'll definitely get that video out for y'all.
That's what happened, theoretically, for conversational purposes, because I want everyone else to be open-minded and, argue things and, just talk in general. But anyways, so with the story of the Bible, God said, let there be light, and existence was created for us. Okay? Well, that's the thing. That means the entire existence of everything we know was built on 4 words. Let there be light. It wasn't a chemical combination. It wasn't physical work. It wasn't him figuring out something, because figuring is numbers. He simply said words, and it created everything. So to me, that says his greatest idea was light, or light was his greatest idea. So when someone goes ding, 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 you have a image in your thoughts. You can't have an image without light. Otherwise, it's complete darkness. So if an idea was never created because you couldn't see in darkness, do you think you would be thinking of a light bulb when you had an idea? Well, of course not, because you wouldn't have the idea of a light bulb. You'd still be sitting in darkness, waiting around for God to let there be light. So you can observe and have brain activity and anything else under the sun, which is why it's shining light on us. All right, so moving on. God said, let there be light. Where do we live? Earth, yeah.
I was about to say the same time he said it, Earth.
Or a globe. Globe. Think about the word globe. G-L-O-B-E. G-L-O space B-E. If God let there be light, then there would be a glow, which is a globe of beings, being on a globe. Freely, so if
Wow.
God's word did in fact create all-knowing, that means the most important thing that can be used against him is words from the opposing side or words from the devil. But here's the thing. Let's say God had the first word and the devil had the second. God still had something the devil did not have, and that's the power of free thinking and ideas. The devil only used God's idea because he was unable to have ideas or come up with anything greater than the idea that God had first, which is why he got kicked out and went down.
Mm-hmm.
So look, he couldn't come up with nothing greater, got kicked out, and now he literally, with literature, can't come up with anything greater. But look, who can come up with stuff? God.
Wow.
When he resurrected Jesus, you ever hear about the devil getting resurrected? No, because he can't come up. Although he can't come up, he can stay here, because this is where he got kicked to. People are vulnerable to either here. So where we're at, it's like what? The playing field. Here is earth. When we're here, we believe and disbelieve things based off what we hear and see. Here on our playing field, there is a good conscience and a bad conscience. So, if you're going by the Bible, bull, babbling of ages and years, through people's word of mouth, Bible, there's two ways you can go. You can go the good way or you can go the bad way. You can speak good or bad things, and you can choose to surround yourself and hear good or bad things. Obviously, on our playing field, there is more good conscious than there is bad conscious. So the bad conscious people are hella outnumbered. So they have to be more secretive, and they have to kind of run under the radar. How do they do that? By sabotaging your ears and your eyes. How do they sabotage your ears and your eyes? Well, if you don't know how important your ears and your eyes are to the influence of your brain, belief, faith, and even, hell, all of humanity.
Facts. Absolute facts. I did not grow up to be a drug addict. No one does. But I'm just speaking on my story. I did not grow up to be a drug addict. I grew up an athlete, in all honesty. I played softball and basketball. When I first found sports, I played softball, basketball, and soccer. Okay, financial reasons, my parents told me I had to drop one of the sports, so I stuck with basketball and softball. I grew up as an athlete. I graduated high school. Okay? In high school, I got cut my senior year from the basketball team simply because I'm gay. And that right there, hearing that I got cut because of who I choose to lay in the bed with or who I choose to be with, even though I'm not out here flaunting it. You know, very, very few people knew that I was gay because the town that I lived in, that I'm currently in, at that time, it was not very open. You got talked on, you got stalked, you got mean looks, you got bullied. So very few people knew that I was, and then the coach found out and I got cut. Hearing that I got cut because of who I am, it sent me down a bad hole. I chose a path that I shouldn't have chose. It sent me down a depression. Then I found the wrong crowd, and I started seeing and hearing what they were doing. And when I say seeing and hearing, I was seeing the drugs being done. I was hearing that these drugs could take the pain of pretty much losing my future and being able to go to the University of North Carolina, because found this out. After I graduated, after I got cut and all that, I found out there was the University of North Carolina scouts watching me and telling the coach I needed to be on the court. She went against all that, discriminated against me, cut me. She was forced to retire the very next year, after the next year. And the only reason why she was able to coach that year is because her daughter was a senior that year. So they gave her that and said, you can coach your daughter's senior year, but after that, you are to retire. You did not listen to us. You wanted to be mean and ruin this girl's future. So no, you're cut from the team. Like you're not the coach. And I found this out by who stepped up and was head coach after she got retired. This person came directly to me and told me everything that happened, because she even felt in her heart and soul that it was wrong. And she was the one that went to the board and to the PTO and told them about all this. But, like I was saying, I was hearing that those drugs could take that pain away from me. So I indulged and spent every day for 5 years addicted highly to heroin and crack. I was more heroin addicted than I was crack, but I still did like crack. So I feel him on that. I believe him on that. I'm living proof of it. Once I decided to get clean, and, you know, in rehab they tell you change your people, places, and things. If you change your things, you're not doing the same things. You're not seeing the same things. If you change your people, you're not hearing the same things as well. From where I was hearing these drugs will take your pain away, I get clean and I get around people who do not use drugs, and they're telling me, you've got this, honey. You're here. You've got this. I know it hurts. I know it's hard. I'm here for you. Being there for me, hearing that, I'm still clean. I'm still clean. Guilty by association.
Humanity. Are you going to shine, or are you going to be the darkness? Because whatever light...
I want to shine, baby. I want to shine.
Light or darkness you're putting off cast a certain hue on whoever is surrounding you. Which is why God said, let there be light. The devil brings darkness, and we are oddly enough, the humans, casting light or darkness on our fellow human with the hue of who we are as beings.
See, and that right there. A lot of people know this about me and this channel, and what I'm not going to speak for my wife because she's not here. What I want from this YouTube channel, I want it to be a beacon of hope, light. I want it to be a beacon of light or hope for other addicts or other fellow recovering addicts to show them you do have a life. There is an amazing life after drugs. All in that darkness of drug life. There is a beautiful light world out here for all of us. That's the one thing that I want to come from this channel, is I want to be a beacon, a shining light for other recovering addicts or other addicts in addiction. Wow. I'm loving this video, church. I am loving this video. Absolutely loving it. I love when you do this. I love when you just give us your thoughts in your head. Give us a little bit of that knowledge that you do have. Some people will say that you just get high and spew dumb shit online. Fuck them. Fuck them. I absolutely love this. It makes my brain work. It makes me start thinking. It opens my mind up even more than what it already is. And a lot of the things that you talk about, I can relate to, even though me and you have two totally different lives. You're only 4 months older than me, but we've definitely lived different lives. That's for damn sure. I mean, I don't know if you remember this video. A lot of people know about this. You are a leading factor in why I have been clean for almost 8 years. I hold credit for deciding, choosing, and I'm not going back. Right after I chose to get clean, I found a video of yours where you were talking about junkies. I was a junkie. I did use the needle. And you were given tough love. The way you were talking, people could say that you were bashing, being mean and hateful to junkies. No, as a recovering junkie, that video gave me the extra fire in the ass, the extra push to want to stay clean. In that video, you said that you were only saying this to make us get up and go better ourselves because nobody's going to do it for us. I took them words to heart and soul, and here I sit, still clean as a damn whistle, almost 8 years clean. January 4th of 2024, I will officially be 8 years clean from the needle, from heroin, and crack. And you, sir, do have a part to play in that, and I will give you credit for that. A lot of people tell me that I shouldn't, that I need to hold credit for it, but no. If I'm going to be 100% honest, you helped me. You gave me that extra fire in the ash. You gave me that tough love that my family they were trying to give me but couldn't figure out how to give me without, tiptoeing around my feelings. You gave me that tough love that I desperately needed. And now look at where I'm at. So, my hat's off to you, church. I personally want to thank you for helping me change my life. Helping me change the way I was thinking. The things I was doing. You got through to me when no one else could. In hindsight, I honest to God believe you saved my life. Because if I wouldn't have found that video and went back, I wouldn't be here talking right now. I wouldn't have my 4 beautiful babies that I have. I wouldn't have my beautiful wife. All the things I have right now, I wouldn't have had. I do hold credit to myself, a lot of it, but there is a small portion of credit that does go to you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Now it goes back to the light bulb. It's kind of like our playing field has a big-ass switch, dimmer switch. Are you going to be a dim-wit, or are you going to be an illumination to this here earth?
I want to be an illumination, baby. Illuminate me.
There's a funny thing about the word earth. So for our existence, God spoke light. When he spoke light and put humans, associated with light, he put us on a globe. Since we are the beings that be, a hue to make everything glow. Now look, this is all free thinking,
Wow.
open to conversation, but I'm going to leave you on this. Eyes are valuable and most useful when light is provided. Ears work better and serve a better purpose in the dark where your eyes will not. If you lose the light in your mind, which is your ideas or imagination, then you can't see anything even with light provided for you. So then what do they tell you to do? They say, follow your heart. Well, I hate to break it to you. Your heart follows your ear, which is why when you hit your head, anatomy-wise, when you hit your head or fall down, you hear your heartbeat. And you can actually check your pulse behind your ear because it is, in fact, directly connected to your heart. And the illustrations of life that go through your ear affect your heart on this playing field, which is called Earth. Now, the word Earth has what in it? Look at the word Earth, E-A-R-T-H. Well, you can rearrange those letters and make ear art. Or you can rearrange those letters and make heart. What do you know? Your ear is connected to your heart. So is seeing really believing?
No.
Probably not. And what do they say? Actions speak louder than words. Or words can let you know someone's action before the action becomes an actual action. Or you can predict their actions based off their words, even if they're trying to use other words to trick you and make you think the action's going to be different. That's why they say a man stands on his word. But some people understand. So are you standing on or under? I don't think actions speak louder than words at all, because I could watch a video of somebody talking mad shit about me and I could mute it with my eyes open and I'll start laughing because they just look funny doing whatever it is they're doing. But I could close my eyes and turn it on and hear what they're saying and it would affect me. So, yeah, the ears are more important than the eyeballs. The devil is the angel of music, right? Well, he did get kicked out of heaven. So I guess God didn't want to hear his shit, so he kicked him out. And the devil started playing his own damn tune. And then there's people like me and Charlie Daniels that just go beat the fucking devil up and take his tune away.
Facts. Facts. Absolute facts. Wow. It's still, I love when he does these videos. Love it. Absolutely love it. It makes your brain, it makes you think. And like I said, if you don't like what he says, click off the video. Click off of it. And I agree. Seeing is not always believing. Because you turn on YouTube and you type in the search bar, war at Gaza, you're seeing a war. Are you over there and can actually see it with your eyes? Are you? Are you over at the Gaza, or on the Gaza Strip, and can see the war with your own two eyes, or are you watching it on a screen that, quote unquote, is live, that we don't even really know if it's live or not? So seeing is not always believing. And what he was talking about in the dark, your ears are better in the dark. Think about it. If you're standing in a if you're standing out in the middle of the woods and it's dark, you can barely see in front of you. You're hearing twigs break. You're hearing leaves crunch. You're hearing all sorts of things. And take, for example, you hear it from over here. Where does your head go? So I agree with that. I agree that ears are a lot more important than the eyes. Because also, eyes can fool you. Eyes can fool you. Your eyes can fool you. Hallucinations. And I'm not talking about taking drugs and hallucinating. There are certain health things that can cause you to hallucinate. You're hallucinating. You're seeing things that are not really there. Psychosis. Like, if I had psychosis right now, there could be something crawling on this wall behind y'all. Okay, I see it crawling on the wall. Does that mean it's really there? No. And that's just talking about psychosis. So, yeah, seeing is not always believing. It's not. But very good video, church. I really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. If you guys liked this reaction, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.